everybody, good morning. It is, today is Saturday, July 10th, 2021. And let's see, what are we going to do? We're going to do from Shirley's Cottage. And I'm sitting outside in part of my yard. So you can see behind me my favorites, the orange daylilies. Around here in Wisconsin, they grow wild in the ditches on the side of the road, and they are commonly called ditch lilies, and they are one of my favorites. And there's some bee balm back there, and maybe a little bit, I don't know what that white flower is. It was a volunteer that started and I left it. It's probably some kind of weed, but I think it looks beautiful. So I'm trying to do a background of my garden for you. At the very end, I actually took some snippets of in a couple videos just to give you an idea so you can see how my patio in my yard looks right now, because I haven't done an update on the patio, which was going to be for the regular Black Thread studio. But today we're doing from Shirley's Cottage, and I picked two, hang on, I have to swat this. There's a bug flying around. I decided to do out my garden today because the column that I found from Shirley's Cottage is Mary, Mary, quite contrary. And of course, how does your garden grow? So for me, I don't do a lot of vegetables. I wish I did. That would be a goal of mine. Someday I do want to do that. I would love to have a big fenced in, beautiful garden with the arbor gate entrance and, you know, all kinds of fun stuff. But that would be a lot of work. And even if I did on a small scale, I haven't quite tucked him into doing that yet. So I did do a little snippet. I have a baker's rack. It's an actual baker's rack that I found on Facebook Marketplace that I have up against the back of the garage by the grill. And right now there's succulents in there just because I haven't been feeling well probably for the last couple months. June is when I would have put a lot of herbs in there. Last year it was full of herbs that I snipped and used for actual cooking. And I don't know if it's too late to do that. Right now I just have some succulents in there, which I love succulents, so I thought maybe this year I would just fill up the rest of the pots with those. So hopefully by the end of well, it's already almost mid-July. By the end of July I'll have some more plants in there. And what else did I want to tell you? So at the end, as you're looking at some of the videos and pictures, a couple things I wanted to point out is if you see the video of the grill, right to the left of the grill is a big plant on the corner of the arbor, and that's actually my tomatoes, so I thought I would point that out. And then also, as I take you up around the side of the house where the other arbor is that has clematis growing on it, we had, I imagine birds dropped seeds from something, but it was a volunteer raspberry bush that started, and I kept cutting it down and cutting it down, and finally I just let it go. I got a couple trellises and I let it go, and I think it's raspberries. They're not ripe until they're black, so I don't know. I'll have to find out exactly what kind of berries I'm eating, but I picked those this morning and filled a bowl, and yep, I'm gonna eat them. And then what else was I gonna point out? I'll probably remember after this, but anyway, at the end, just enjoy some of my garden, some of my favorite things that I'll put a snippet in there of. So before I start the column, I just want to say thank you to anybody who's new. I'm so happy that you're here. I'm not sure what you can expect. This is from Shirley's Cottage. This is, my mom wrote a column for the Cambridge Hometown newspaper in Cambridge, Wisconsin for many, many, many years, probably 1,000 columns. And in honor of my mom, to honor her, I read those, and it's fun for her. She's still around, so I feel like what a great thing to honor my mom and give her some joy in having these read to her while she's still here. You know, why do we always wait till everyone's, I can say this, dead and buried, because my mom would think that was funny, you know, to honor them or remember things. So anyway, my mom is around and sassy and kicking. She doesn't think she does very well because it's hard for her to move around. But Mom, I just want to tell you that you're absolutely awesome. She really is. I'm not just saying that. And I hope you all feel that way about your mothers or parents. Unfortunately, my dad died very young at 57 years old. And I'm trying to think, have all of us kids surpassed that age? I'm trying to think. I'm 60. My brother's going to be 57 this year. So, you know, isn't that unbelievable that all four of us kids are now going to be at that age or older than when my dad passed away. So I think how sad that is. But my mom is still alive and kicking, and she cracks us up all the time. So this is just to share a little bit of my mom with you. Let me get my glasses on so I can read. Oh, I know what I wanted to say. Can I just give a little shout out and send extra love to Linda? I will shout out and say hello to all of you and give you extra love, but especially Linda, if you guys, you know, believe in sending out good vibes or prayers, if you want to do that for one of you Black Thread Studio peeps that visits me here. Linda's had some health issues, and she made the sweetest comment that on my last video that was 2 hours long, well, it was over 2 hours long, she said that she liked it because as she's going through some recovery, she was going to use me as company and kind of sit and I would be her company. So Linda, let's dedicate this one to you today, and I hope you're doing and feeling well. Okay, so, and thanks for being here. Okay, and if you're new, you'll realize that I'm a little chatty and I don't know when to stop. So, okay, here we go. From Shirley's Cottage. I'll show you the actual from Shirley's Cottage. Mary, Mary, quite contrary. This one is from Thursday, July 16th, 2009. How does your garden grow? I'm going to try to show you some of my garden while I read it. How does your garden grow? Remember that old nursery rhyme? Never did I think, as my mom read it to my sister Donna and then I read it to my kids, that I would be repeating it today. But for a different reason. I would like to tell you, whoever asked Mary how her garden grows better not... Oh, again, I only read these when I read them to you. I don't read them ahead. So sometimes I don't get her wording or timing right. But I get it now, so let me start that one over. But for a different reason. I would like to tell whoever asked Mary how her garden grows better. Do I have to start this over again? You know I'm not shutting it down, so let's just start all over again. How does your garden grow? Remember that old nursery rhyme? Never did I think that as my mom read it to my sister Donna and then I read it to my kids, that I would be repeating it today, but for a different reason. I would like to tell whoever asks Mary how her garden grows better not ask me. I don't have silver bells and cockle shells or pretty maids standing in a row. In fact, I'm lucky if I have anything standing. My good friend Bill, a gentleman farmer and a master gardener, sent me a box full of seeds. All kinds of seeds, vegetables, and flowers. Last year, he brought me loads of mums, a rosebush, a clematis, and a beautiful hibiscus. My neighbors have some of the mums which are doing well in their new homes. Mine, with a question mark, doing well on the compost pile. The beautiful clematis failed to climb the arbor he brought, and the hibiscus is just a little stick outside my door. By the way, is it clematis or clematis? I think some actual gardeners say clematis, but I like clematis better. Okay, the beautiful clematis failed to climb the arbor he brought, and the hibiscus is just a little stick outside my door. I do have a few nice things my daughter Kelly planted when she was here in May. One whiskey barrel has plants that look pretty good. The other has tomato plants that look pretty bad. The herbs are looking pretty good, so all is not lost. When I told Kelly about the plight of the tomato, she said, "Mom, you need to talk to them. Tell them you love them, and they will keep them watered and give them attention." So if you see me standing on my deck talking to myself, I'm really talking to my tomatoes, telling them they are loved. The other day as I was leaving for work, my neighbor, Debbie, was kneeling under the mailbox pulling weeds. I should be doing it myself. I felt guilty for a minute. Grateful is longer lasting and a better feeling. She just said, do a little at a time. I had the morning off. It was blowy and rainy. Darn, I was going to do just a little at a time. The few drops of rain we got stopped, so I went out and started pulling. Did anyone mention all the gnats, mosquitoes, bees, and flies that come along with the weeds? I always blame my pitiful plants on the color of my thumb, but I really think it is the condition of my elbow. Not enough grease. Oh, Mom. Sometimes I think she's so clever. Can I read that again? I always blame my pitiful plants on the color of my thumb. That is so cute. But I really think it is the condition of my elbow. Not enough grease. If it's not raining or hot tomorrow, ... I have a better idea. I'll make vegetable pizza, ooh, like Graham used to make, and we'll take a pontoon ride. Oh, my Lord. See you at the pier. Oh, it's the first time she didn't write enjoy, so I'll just add that, enjoy. Okay, see, I really don't look at these, but this is perfect. Graham's vegetable pizza, because yesterday was my grandma's birthday. At the beginning of Shirley's Cottage, when I do the little video, there's a picture of my mom and my Gram, which is my mom's mom. And, oh, we figured out yesterday she would have been 105. So that's amazing. Okay, Graham, this one's for you. Graham's vegetable pizza. You will need, okay, I do have to interrupt for a minute. I'll just tell you right now. Black Thread Studio today, as soon as I get out of the garden here and go inside, I still have to make room in my sewing room because it's still a mess. I've thought about it. I mentioned it and you guys responded. Today we are doing my version of a junk journal that we can use for Shirley's Cottage recipes. So if you guys want to keep track, come and visit me at Black Thread Studio either later on today or tomorrow when I have the video up, because we will do my version of a junk journal. There will be a little bit of sewing, maybe a little bit of fabric, but it's mostly paper, and I'm making it in a way that you can actually add papers to it in case you really, want to fill this up and do all the recipes. So if you're interested, then write this down and we'll do the from Shirley's. I'm calling it My Recipes from Shirley's Cottage is what I'm going to call the journal. So heads up on that. Okay, Graham's vegetable pizza. A large jelly roll pan or cookie sheet. 3 packages of crescent rolls. I'm sure you guys have made this before, but oh, it's so good. 2 8-ounce packages of cream cheese softened. 1 8-ounce container of sour cream. Half a cup of real mayonnaise. 1 cup of raw veggies cut very small, or your choice, depending. It is better if they're cut small, then they don't all fall off the little piece that you're eating. Our favorites are shredded carrots, cauliflower, broccoli, green onions, and zucchini. And now what I do is I buy that bag of already pre-shredded carrots, so that would make it easy. 8 ounces of shredded cheddar, half a jar of real bacon bits, optional of course, anything's optional, and 1 small can sliced black olives. I kind of like green olives, but okay, unroll Oh, no wonder. It says enjoy after the recipe. I just saw that. Are you staying with me? Okay, unroll the crescent rolls and cover the pan to cover the pan like a crust. Bake at 375 degrees for 8 to 10 minutes or until browned. So you do cook the crust first. Use a mixer and mix cream cheese, sour cream, and mayo in a very large bowl. Or instead of a mixer, use that elbow grease that you do or don't have. Stir veggies into mixture. Spread on top of cooled crust. Okay, so that's the key, isn't it? Because when I've made it, I've spread the cream cheese on and then added the vegetables on top. But if you actually stir the cut veggies into the cream cheese mix, then they're not going to fall off. Okay, that was a really good idea. Okay, spread on top of cooled crust. Top with cheese and olives, bacon bits if desired, cut into 2-inch squares to serve. P.S. Graham's veggie pizza was so good because she had the patience to cut the vegetables so small and mix the veggies into the cream cheese instead of sprinkling on top. And here is where Shirley says enjoy. So every single weekend I say that sounds so good and I want to make it, and I never have the ingredients to do it. So Jim and I are running to the store later on this afternoon, so maybe I'll make that for tomorrow. That sounds so good. Okay, so I told you about the journal. I gave you what's up, heads up about what to watch for in my little garden video that I'm going to be showing you. And I guess that's all. I hope you guys have a really, really good Saturday and come back and we are going to do that little junk journal for Shirley's Cottage recipes, and I'm looking forward to it. So I'll see you guys later. Bee balm, daylilies, and some kind of, I don't know what that is. Oh, and the hostas. Bye.